Gauteng MEC for Human Settlements and Infrastructure, that's Lebogang Maile, is visiting the Itireleng informal settlement near Laudium. Excuse me for that, where 5 children died in a shack fire yesterday. 3 boys aged between 2 and 6 and 2 girls aged 1 year, 5 months and the other one just 7 were left on their own at night. It's alleged that their mothers left them unattended and went to a nearby tavern. Both mothers have been taken in for questioning. Investigations into the cause of the blaze continue. Senior reporter Silindelo Masikane is at that particular informal settlement to tell us more. Slee, you spoke as well to the CPF chairperson in the area. What did he have to say about this?
I can honestly say, Masako, that the community here in and around this informal settlement has certainly been shaken and angered at this particular incident, saying that it could have been avoided, and they are seemingly looking to put the fault at the feet of the mothers of these children. So far, we have heard from a number of people here in the community that they were found in a tavern in the early hours of the morning by the police. We've also had an opportunity to speak to the grandmother of the children, who of course is quite devastated by what's transpired, saying that she also wants to see the law taking its course and that she wants these women to be held accountable for the deaths of these children. I'm going to ask my colleague Lingenda Bambi to just get off the tripod quickly so you can see, unfortunately, the aftermath of this very tragic incident. We understand that the shack which caught alight has been completely destroyed here in this informal settlement, and that at least three other shacks were also affected by the blaze. So at this stage, the fatalities remain at those little children. And speaking to the CPF chairperson here in the area, they're saying that they're going to ensure that they follow up with the police in terms of investigations and ensure that the women that they believe are responsible, the mothers of these children, that they get the harshest charges as well as sentences. Let's take a listen.
People are angry, people are frustrated. This incident should not have happened. It could have been avoided if people obviously did not care about their own needs rather than kids, leaving the kids unattended. I've spoken to several people in the community today and yesterday morning, and the community is outraged. They want answers. They want to know what's happening. And in terms of my CPF, it is my responsibility as the chairperson of the CPF. CPF constitutes CPFC's community peace policing. Hence, my interest is both sides. And on our side, we will do everything in our capacity and capabilities to push the law enforcement to give the harshest in terms of sentences for these guys and charges. And I am proposing, in terms of I'm meeting up with the station commander, the CPF have said yesterday in a meeting, and we don't want this is negligence. We're going to push for culpable homicide.
And Slee, MEC Lebogang Maile also arriving in that area. He addressed the issue of informal settlements. What exactly is he saying about this?
Well, we know that there's been a commitment from the Gauteng government to eradicate the issue of informal settlements, but it does seem as though they are behind in terms of their targets. And what the MEC was emphasizing in particular about this area and this informal settlement is that it is actually built on land that should not be on it at all, because the soil is dolomitic. And so he said that another issue is that this particular section and where the children were housed, that was being rented. So that's another issue that's been picked up in informal settlements, that these areas are seemingly having illegal, activity around, people renting out their shacks on property that isn't even habitable. So that's something that they're trying to address, but of course it does seem as though that at this stage they're just seemingly concentrated on trying to assist this family that's been affected by this blaze, and we understand that the government will be assisting funeral arrangements. Let's take a listen.
The problem is issues of illegal invasions. Some of the municipalities don't have the capacity and the resources to prevent the mushrooming of more informal settlements. So for as long as informal settlements continues to mushroom, we will not reach that target. So the first thing is to prevent the mushrooming of these informal settlements, and then the second thing is that we have resources. For instance, here in the city of Tshwane, as government we have allocated them at least more than R1 billion, which the city is responsible for, to firstly provide temporary services, because once people are here, you can't say you are not going to service them because they're here informally. There are issues of human rights that we must attend to. But secondly, there are informal settlements like this one, which must be relocated because this place is not habitable, as I've said. But it's a big challenge for government, and we want to urge our communities to cooperate and work with us to prevent the mushrooming of more informal settlements, and those that are in the informal settlements would have to be registered so that we know who's there. But we'll also ask the municipality to come and verify to make sure that no one pays rent because these informal settlements are illegal.
And what about ordinary citizens, Lee? I'm just wondering if you did get the chance to speak to them. What are they saying about this ordeal? I'm sure some of them tried to assist to put off the fire.
I do see some of them that have actually gathered. I'm going to ask Linge to perhaps just walk with me. Maybe we can get some of their sentiments on camera. But like I said, Masiko, that for majority of this community, are really shocked about what has happened here. In fact, to my left, you can see that we do have police who are still on the scene. We understand that, of course, investigations are still underway. We know that women have been taken in for questions. They are in custody, and of course we have had an opportunity to speak to some of the family members as well. But I just the community Baba ngicela ungitshele ukuthi umphakathi niphethe kanjani lento eyenzakalela?
Isiphethe kabuhlungu. Yeah.
Nizwile ukuthi kwenzakaleni la?
Nami ngeke ndizwe nje ukuthi umama abantwana bashile enkini, batshele enkini. Yeah.
Okay. Mhlawumbe ngifuna ukuthanda kubonani kwenzakala ini ngale situation le.
Illegal connection. Because
illegal connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhlawumbe uhulumeni imela ayilungise indaba yama illegal connection.
Yebo.
Okay. All right. I just want to ask umama ngapha, mama ninjani?
Sikhona njani?
Siyaphila. Ngicela ungitshele ukuthi iniphethe kanjani njengomphakathi lento eyenzakalela?
Thina siphethe kumbi khulu. Ngoba besingalindelanga ukuthi abantwana bazokhamba kanjalo. Abazali babachiye endlini. Mina bengiba ukuthi uhulumende at least asenzele izindlu. Izindlu zizoba ngcono, at least mawuchi room e1 ngeke uchi room ezi 2 3 4. At least umuntu ayikhela sozoba ikhela endlini yakhe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just some of the sentiments here, if I can just translate for you. We spoke to a gentleman and this woman here who live in the area and saying that one, the issue of what happened here is on illegal connections, and of course the lady saying that another issue is of course the fact that the kids were left alone, and that in fact what happened here is the fact that people don't have proper housing. So the structures that were also affected surrounding those have also been burnt down. So they're saying that they want government to now assist this community and get housing for them, anything to ensure that when a fire like this happens, that not a lot more people are affected that need be. But at this point, of course, we understand that police investigations are still underway to ascertain exactly the cause of the fire, and of course we await to see whether anyone will be charged and held accountable.
All right, senior reporter Silindelo Masikane live for us there in Laudium in Centurion. Let's leave it there for now. Quite a sad situation to see this happening. If you remember, there are many other cases, some of them in Alexandra, where Lebogang Maile actually grew up, Deep Sluit, as well as even in Bushbuck Ridge. You might remember there's been stories about mothers who've left their children unattended while they go and allegedly visit taverns in their local areas.